What is going on, guys? My name is Baron or Developer B, and welcome back to episode 10 of the Bukkit coding tutorial series. And in this episode, I'm going to teach you guys about customizable item stacks. And pretty much what customizable item stacks are is they are items that you can fully recreate and customize to your own liking. And these customizable item stacks are used in hub menus or inventory menus of any kind, in mini games, everything. Or they're just special items that you want to have in a player's inventory, such as like a game selector for a hub or other things. It'll make more sense in a second. Let's go ahead and get into it. So first, what we're pretty much going to do is, just like in our episode 8 tutorial, we are going to create an item stack. And as you can see by the name of this plugin, we are going to create the ultimate sword, or the ultimate weapon in Minecraft. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead, create an diamond sword. I don't know why I was about to say iron. Diamond sword. And we are actually going to do the brackets after that, because we're going to write a bunch of stuff inside of here to customize this sword. So diamond sword is obviously the best sword in Minecraft. There's not really a question of that. But we need to add an enchantment to it, obviously. Gotta have a good enchantment. So we are going to do enchantment.damage all, and this is pretty much just going to be straight sharpness on the sword, and then it takes a level, and we're going to make this 5 because it's obviously a max level. So we're going to make it level 5, and there we go. We are good to go on that. Now we're going to customize the name and the lore, and we're going to remove the tags of the sword. So how are we going to do all that? Well, we're going to use this thing called item meta. And what item meta does is essentially it allows you to manipulate all of these things that we are going to want to manipulate in the item. And we're going to manipulate the name, the lore, and we're going to remove the tags that are on the item. So when it says, like, it'll say the attack damage or whatever, we're going to remove that. So let's go ahead and do this right now. We're going to say meta.setDisplayName. So this is going to change the display name of the item, and we're going to make it really cool. So we're going to make it chatcolor.green, and then chatcolor.bold, and it's not going to work. Make sure also, whenever you're doing this, if you use 2 chat colors in a row, so like a bold or italic or whatever, you're going to want to say .toString, or else it's not going to work. It's going to give you an error. As you can see, it will give you an error because it's not seen as a string. So you have to type .toString, and then it will work. So go ahead and say that, and then we're going to say ultimate space, and then we're going to say chatcolor.aqua, and then we got to do chatcolor.bold again. This should work this time though, since we already have a string in here. You only have to do it at the beginning, and then sword. So now it's going to say ultimate sword whenever it gives it to us, and it's going to look really nice. So now let's go ahead and customize the tags. So we're going to remove the tags, and how are we going to do that? We need to add an item flag, and an item flag is these flags right here that it'll show you. It'll say hide attributes, hide enchants. You can hide the enchant to make it not say sharpness 5. We're going to keep the sharpness on there just so we can see that it has sharpness 5, but we are going to hide the attributes because we don't want to see the attributes. They're ugly and they look bad. So we're going to go ahead and hide those. And I think there's another one. I'm not 100% sure. We can actually add multiple ones right here. So item flag, hide destroys, hide unbreakable. I don't think there is. Let's just go ahead and hide attributes. And now we're going to say ArrayList string lore equals new ArrayList. And I'm going to explain what this is. You're going to be like, whoa, what the heck is he doing? Well, an ArrayList is essentially a list of a specific object that you have in Java. So this is used interchangeably throughout Java, not just the Bukkit API. And we are using a string inside of it. These can obviously take anything. It takes an object, and so it will essentially take anything. But we are putting string inside of here because it's going to hold strings. So it's going to hold a list of these. It'll make more sense in a second, and it'll come out to make a nice line. And these are going to be used a lot in Bukkit. A lot. You're going to use a lot of array lists and lists in general, because you're going to want to store stuff. So this is pretty much one of the most basic ways of using an array list. in Java, but not in Java, in Bukkit, but it's going to get more advanced a little bit as we go on, but it'll make sense. It's going to be really easy for you guys to learn this. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to say chatcolor.gray. I'm going to say this sword was excavated from the pits, and then we're just going to add a little bit of lore onto this. It's kind of like lore, get it? Because it's lore, like lore about this item. That's not what it's for, but it's just for explaining the item. That's pretty much what the lore is for, and that's what we're doing. Is the pits of hell and has been revived to its, and then another line. Each time I'm doing lore.add, it's going to be a new line, original form, and there we go. So we added a little bit of lore onto this. I know it's kind of ridiculous, but it's pretty cool, and it's going to look nice in game. So now what we can do is we're going to add this lore to the meta. So we're just going to say set lore to lore, and it takes a list of string just like that. And each of these is going to be a new line on the item once we add it, and it'll show like this in chatcolor.gray. It'll make more sense once we get in game. And that is actually pretty much it. And don't forget to do this, because sometimes you'll be like, where's everything? I can't see anything if you just left it like this. Make sure at the end you do sword.setItemMeta to meta. Make sure you do that, or else none of this is going to show up. So whatever your item is, type item.setItemMeta meta to your item meta, and it will work. So that is pretty much it for customizable item stacks. I'm going to go ahead and actually, I forgot, we have to add it to the inventory, obviously, just like we did in episode 8. So now we are actually done with this, and if we go ahead and look in plugin.yml, we have this. So we have ultimate sword, this, and then /ultra sword, and it gives you the ultimate sword. And if you look back up here, I forgot to explain this, but you guys understand what this is. We did it in the last few tutorials. Pretty much the sender is not going to be able to get the sword, so we're giving it to the player, etc., etc. You guys already know the gist of that. Ultra sword is going to be the command in game. So let's go ahead and build this. Ultimate sword, build, wait for that, there we go. Let's go ahead and pop in game. Let's reload this, make sure ultimate sword loads, /pl, where, okay, there it is, ultimate sword. So let's go ahead and type /help, ultimate sword, and it says ultra sword gives you the ultimate, oh, I spelled ultimate wrong, no. Let's go in here, change this to ultimate. I don't know why I spelled that wrong. Now we can go ahead and reload this, /help, ultimate, ultra sword, or /help ultimate sword, and it says gives you the ultimate sword. So now we're good. Let's go ahead and type /ultra sword, and here we are, we have the ultimate sword. And if we go ahead and hover over this, we can see a ton of cool things on this. So let's go ahead and look. So right now we have ultimate sword right there, sharpness 5, and it says this sword was excavated from the pits of hell and has been revived to its original form. And those are just the MBT tags right there. If I do F3 and H, then they will go away. I'm pretty sure if you do F3H. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching. That was a basic tutorial on customizable item stacks. I hope you enjoyed. That is a really useful thing that you can use in your plugins, and it is very interchangeable. You can use it in all sorts of different types of plugins. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in episode 11.